Okay, so today I want to talk about, as you can see, my cold is gone into my throat. And I have had strep so many times in my life. As a child, I had strep about 12 times. I had my tonsils removed, and so I am susceptible to strep. And anytime my immune system's run down, anytime I catch a cold and it lingers, it turns into strep. I've also had pneumonia, it goes into pneumonia, and bronchitis. So I just want to talk a little bit about them, and I've written down my notes so I can share everything with you, but so I don't forget, because it is a lot of stuff. But I basically first want to talk about the cold, not really the flu, because the flu is a little bit different. It comes with vomiting and throwing up, and you have to replenish, and the high fever. But a cold, like the common cold that everybody gets, and it starts with the throat, it starts with your inside your mouth and your nasal passages, and that's usually where you can cure it with a lot of these things. And this is where you want to go hard on it so that it doesn't turn into other infections. Now, if your immune system's really run down, or the cold is a really bad viral strain, it can turn into other things. Things can develop, and your immune system being lower, you can get things like strep, bronchitis, and pneumonia. And basically, I know these are all labeled different things by the doctor, but in most cases, they can be viral or bacterial. And these are, when your immune system is down, these things rise, and as things linger and as you don't get well, basically your immune system gets, or certain parts of your body get inflamed, and that's where it goes to. So for people who are susceptible to strep, it is a bacteria called Streptococcus A, and it's a bacteria. It settles in your throat tube. It's an infection of the throat or the tonsils. I've had my tonsils removed, so now they are not there, unfortunately, to as the first line of defense against strep, which I wish they were. Anyways, so it goes to your throat then if your tonsils aren't there. So this is where the bacteria sort of centers. And that can be, that usually can be from, it is contagious, but it also can be from a cold that you originally get. Your immune system's down, and then the strep virus or the strep bacteria, which has been hiding and dormant in your body, comes out because it's opportunistic. Bronchitis is when the cold that you have gets down into your bronchial tubes or your lungs, and it can be bacterial or viral, so it can be spread by strep or by the cold virus, and it gets down into your bronchial tubes, and it's basically inflammation. It's inflammation down there. So that's when your bronchial tubes are, by the chronic coughing and all of these things that you have going on. It spreads down there, and it settles down there, and it's weak down there. So that's where it clings on. It's inflamed, and it's hard to get rid of. It can turn chronic into chronic coughs, because the more you cough, the more it inflames the area. And then you have pneumonia, which can also be bacterial or viral. So it can come from the common cold, it can come from strep, it can come from bronchitis, and develop and settle into the lung area. And this is, when things can get really bad and people can die of pneumonia, but also it just shows you your immune system's weaker. It's now settling into an organ, a deeper part of your body, into your lungs. So it's serious that you do and take the remedies that you need to take to cure this. It's like coughing and the mucus in your chest and your lungs and the inflammation, and you have a lot of fatigue, and you've overloaded your immune system and your lymph system. And so basically, for all of these things, it comes down to a couple categories. And these are we'll go through all the different remedies right now, but you want to do, you want to try to do this naturally, because antibiotics and all the medications are going to destroy your gut flora. They're going to destroy all the good bacteria, and they have their own side effects. They can be very dangerous, and your body also becomes resistant to them over time. So we want to try the natural approaches. That's what I believe in. So I'm going to give you the natural solutions. So what you want to do is you want to do natural antiviral things. And this is going to cut down on the virus and the bacteria. So anything that's naturally antiviral or bacterial is the things that you want to be taking in. And you also want to do something separate with immune support. You want to boost your immune system as strong as you can, because this is what's going to fight the viruses and the bacteria. So you really need to increase the strength of your own immune system. And then the third thing is you want to suppress certain symptoms of coughing, you want to decongest yourself, you want to suppress the cough so that you're not continuing the inflammation, but in a natural way. So some of the things that we do are going to fall into one of those three categories. So basically for, okay, so I have like all kinds of notes written down. I keep these in my bathroom drawers and I pull them out sort of when I need to look at things. And so they're kind of in no order because they're just like my chicken scratchings from, many years kind of built up. So I will kind of go through these, but those are the three categories of things that it's really important. You got to do all three. So some of the antiviral things, or some of the things when you first get your cold, you want to first increase your vitamin D. That is first and foremost. Increase it to 10,000 milligrams at least you want a day. So you want to be taking a high dose of vitamin D, and you want to get your vitamin C up because it is immune strengthening. So these are the things that I talked about in those three categories. So the first one is building your immune support. So vitamin D and vitamin C, tons of it. You can use the natural camo berry. You can use alma berry. You can use acerola cherry powder. You can make your own liposomal vitamin C. You can look that up on how to make it with a jewelry maker. I've done that, so I can post a video of that. You could buy the expensive liposomal vitamin C, or you could just take plain ascorbic acid. Just make sure it doesn't come from corn, so because that is GMO. So anyway, so you want to get your vitamin C up, and you want to take as much as you can. It has been said that people can take 20,000 milligrams a day of vitamin C. So not the normal 500 or 200, but 20,000. So you want to be taking a vitamin C tablet every hour. So basically the way I do this is there's tons of remedies. It can be overwhelming. And what I do is I like to do 2 an hour and switch them up, because one of the main things is rotating your remedies. You don't just want to keep doing the same remedy because your body sort of figures that out. You want to use all of these different antiviral, immune boosting, and antiviral and different techniques, and you want to mix them up, but you want to make sure that you're doing at least 2 an hour. If you are really, really in bad shape, then I would be doing 2 every half an hour. So go ahead and set an alarm for every hour or every half an hour, whatever you want to do, and you're doing 2 of these. So one of the first things that you could do is this. One of the things I do, well, first of all, let's just talk about juice, food. So you want to cut out all the bad crap from your diet, and you want to concentrate on fresh pressed juices, getting tons of vitamins in your system. So green juices, carrot, red, anything. You want to get lemon, lots of lemon in your body. You want to get tons of nutrition though with green juices and fresh pressed juices, and you can do as many of those as you can tolerate. And you also want to drink bone broth that has garlic and onion and other vegetables, carrots and things steeped in it, and just the bone broth will give you tons of vitamins and minerals. So bone broth and juices is basically what you want your diet to be when you are seriously ill, and as many as you can take. I know it's overwhelming. I know it's time consuming, but even if you're doing a couple a day would be great. Even 1 a day if that's all you can do, but do as many as you can. That's your diet. Focus on the juices and the broths. The next thing is you want to do a lot of warm things. So broths, teas, herbal teas, and all of the herbal things that I'm going to tell you about can be in, you can just take capsules, or you can take them with warm water and do lots of warm drinks. This helps to decongest. This helps to eliminate some of the symptoms. So decongest your chest and suppress some of your things. Honey is a great suppressant. Those types of things, if you stir in a little bit of honey and you're having warm water, also, you want to be having a lot of hot showers for the steam, and just brewing like a tea and having the hot steam come out and smelling it. You want to be doing lots of steam, hot cloths over your face, hot showers, steam, and drinking warm tea. And that is just, and getting a lot of rest and sleep. And those are the things that break up and suppress your symptoms. They're not actually curing you, but they are helping to bring the inflammation down and to make things easier, and to sort of like dislodge all that mucus that you have built up in different areas. Okay, so some great antiviral things that you can do. Antiviral herbs are licorice. So you can get licorice tea, you can get licorice powder, licorice root supplements or drops, and you can be taking quite a bit of that. So I would make a tea out of that, or whatever you want to do, and take as much of the licorice as you can. It's very antiviral. There's something called limatium. People can react to it, so I go very slow. I take 1 or 2 drops. I happen to have it sitting right here in front of me. This one's from Herb Farm. But limatium is a whole root, wild crafted antiviral herb that is great also for boosting your immune system, which is what you want done here. So, okay. Also, things that you can do are garlic, tons of garlic. You can crush it as a juice and put some honey in it, and or like a cough syrup, and just take it. So crushed garlic, you can put it in soups. That's great. Or you can crush it and put it in fresh juices. Raw is great. You're going to get tons of the things that you need for antiviral. And you can also put garlic on your feet and put warm socks on it and let it sit. So garlic is great. And you can have that in the soups too. But you want crushed, pure garlic. It is very strong. If you mix with a little bit of raw honey, I like Manuka honey. It's going to also help it stick on your throat and in the areas that you need it. So that is a great thing to do. You want to do garlic. You want to do ginger. Ginger's fantastic, as well as turmeric. Ginger, I would take the entire root, an organic ginger root. I would juice it and make tea out of it. It is not for the faint of heart. You can pour it in your tea, and you can also add some honey. Stir it up with lemon juice or apple cider vinegar and drink it straight. It will not be for the faint of heart. It is very, very strong when you juice a lot of ginger, but is one of the most beneficial things for relieving, natural ways to cure all of these things, including bronchitis, pneumonia, strep, everything cold. You want to consume tons of ginger in high quantities, fresh pressed and raw, and get it down. And so I would go ahead and do that. Turmeric is also great for pneumonia. It's anti-inflammatory. Again, you can take turmeric paste. You can take turmeric, you can juice it. It's very, very strong. So I do the turmeric powder, fresh turmeric powder. I put it with a milk, so not dairy, but like a coconut milk, or like just a fresh sort of almond milk or a nut milk that I've made, and put it in the turmeric powder and drink as much turmeric and milk. That is also one remedy. So these are remedies that you want to be splitting up, but you want to be making sure that you're doing at least 2 every half an hour to an hour. Licorice root, echinacea, garlic, ginger, turmeric. We've done our bone broth. Tons of water. You want to hydrate as much as you can. Astragalus is also great. It's a great herb for immune support, as well as ginseng is an immune support. You can have all of these in tea. Rhodiola you can have in tea. Elderberry, I would definitely be doing elderberry syrup, juice, or you can get your own, like the dried elderberries from the health food store and boil your own tea from them. You want to increase your zinc, so you can take a zinc supplement, and selenium. So you want to increase your selenium as well. And like I said, those are all great immune boosters along with the vitamin C. So you can mix these things with, like I said, juices, teas, soups, waters, fresh juices, a nut milk, any of these things you can do that are too strong. You can mix them with that and a little bit of honey, raw honey. Okay, so the other things that are antiviral, and you can do these as oils, essential oils and different things too, is we want to do oregano oil. So you can take some of these internally as long as they're organic and they are the best quality. Or you can dilute them in like 8 ounces of water and you can gargle with them. Also very, very helpful. Or drop them in with a tea remedy that you have, just 1 drop, and also very helpful. So oregano oil is like the god of oil. So you definitely want to be getting that for pneumonia, for anything that's a serious condition. You want to get oregano oil in. It is a very strong, so be careful with it, dilute it. But as I said, you can gargle with it, drink with it. Thyme oil as well, or the herb thyme. We want to be putting a lot of oregano in our soups, in our teas, and thyme as well. And thyme oil, and thyme the herb, and thyme in our soups, and thyme tea. Eucalyptus oil. We can rub this all over to help decongest. We can breathe it in as steam, as well as peppermint. So those menthol herbs are very great. So like I said, you can rub them all over your chest and body. You can breathe them in as steam, or you can put a drop in your tea and drink them as well. That will help. Okay, we've gone over the crushed garlic with just garlic and honey and soup. So we've gone over eucalyptus, oregano oil, peppermint. Some other good oils are lemon oil. So again, you can drop a little bit of lemon oil in your tea. Some of the best things are lemon juice and apple cider vinegar. You want to get those in. You can add some garlic or ginger or whatever, and some honey, and drink it up. It can be warm or cold, or in your juices. But apple cider vinegar is amazing. You want to be gargling quite a bit with salt water as often as you can, and you want to use coconut oil pulls. I'm getting a cough from all this talking. And my strep is coming. So I'm going to be doing this, gargling with salt, as soon as I'm done with this video. You want to be using coconut oil to doing the sort of the mouth pulling with coconut oil and spitting it out, because that helps clean out the viruses and the mucus and any bacteria from your mouth. So it's just a way to keep your self clean. Another thing that you can do, first of all, for diet, limit all sugar. Just cut it out, limit sugar, unless it's coming from a natural fruit that you have juiced. We want to, if you have hydrogen peroxide at home, you can take a dropper. I usually, you know how you have little droppers that are in things, I clean one out and I use it for my ear. I always have one on hand, but you can just take a little bit of hydrogen peroxide and put it in the cap and take 1 or 2 drops, and 2 to 3 drops maybe, and put it in this ear and then in this ear. You could hear a little fizzing, and that is fine. Do it for about 20 seconds on this side and 20 seconds on this side. Hydrogen peroxide in the ear will help to kill and help to get rid of viruses and bacteria fast. And as you know, the ear is connected to the throat and the mouth and the nose. So we want to go do that. We want to use heating pads as much as possible and stay warm. Get as much rest as you can. Drink warm teas, stay under covers, use heating pad. This will break it up. Breathe hot steam, have hot showers. The other thing that you can do is you can use some olive leaf extract oil. That is very antiviral, and that will kill many different viruses and bacteria. Colloidal silver spray in your throat will help with strep and other bronchitis, different things like that. And onion, we haven't talked about onion, but it sort of works the same as garlic. So you can drink the juice, you can crush it and mix it with a little bit of honey and drink onion juice. Very, very potent. And you also want to be you can put onion on your feet with socks. That will help to pull it out that way. You can gargle with some onion juice, and you can also put it in soups, in your bone broth. So you want to go ahead and do that. Lots of lemon water. We've talked about the hydrogen peroxide in the ear. Slippery elm is also a great thing for suppressing and helping to get the cough under control. We've talked about elderberry. Echinacea is very powerful. You want to be taking echinacea. Just looking at my list to see if I have missed anything. No, I think we're good. So these are the things that you want to be doing. As well, you probably don't have an air purifier, but if you have an air purifier or an air filter, get it in your room. That is key when things get down into your lungs and your chest. But if not, open your windows. Be sure to get some fresh air. Make sure that your house isn't dusty. Make sure it's staying clean. Get fresh air. That will also help eliminate inflammation from your bronchial tubes. So I know this is a lot of information, but these remedies you want to be switching up. You want to be doing at least 2 every half an hour. You want to write them down, keep them handy, and just rotate it and keep going, and you will beat this fast. You will build your immune system. You will be cutting down your antiviral, and you will be helping in natural ways to suppress some of the inflammation that you have going on. So the 3 keys to curing the cold, strep, bronchitis, pneumonia, and anything that's a viral or bacterial infection in these areas. So I hope that's given you a lot of tips, and go for it.